All right. So this is kind of fun. We're doing an
we've never done
experiment
this
today.
before.
We're doing an experiment. Uh, should we introduce ourselves? It feels silly, but like at the same time, like I feel like it's important.
I'm Spoiler Alert, or Laney,
Yes,
or
there we
Delaney.
go. Thank you. I was like, how do we do this? I'm Cybershine3. You may
Shut
know
up.
me from such podcasts as The Triple. Anyway,
Really plugging, okay.
so we thought it would be fun to take one of our many IRL Yap sessions and convert it into an audio format for your listening pleasure. We talk about this a lot on League, so now we're inviting you into that experience that we gas up so much. So we got a couple different topics, and you'll get a classic, just us talking about whatever we want to talk about, and we'll go from there. You have anything before we start?
This is a stupid idea and I love it. Let's do it.
I agree. So the first segment of the hour is hot take of the day. Now, since this is brand new, let me introduce what that is. So whatever spicy, flaming opinion you have about comics, movies, whatever, you're going to hit it with me. You hit me with it. Jeez. It's the beginning of the recording and I can't even talk.
Yeah.
But you're going to hit me with it and then I will respond and then vice versa and we will go from there. Would you like to go first or should I go first?
I think you should go first.
Okay, I will go first. So this is a classic hot take for me. I feel like I've said this a million times, but I will say it again. Of the MCU Spider-Man trilogy, Far From Home is the best.
Oh, absolutely.
By a long shot.
Yeah, it goes Far From Home and Home. Well, I don't think by a long shot. It goes Far From Home and Homecoming pretty close, and then No Way Home and last.
So you also agree. I guess that's
No Way Home.
That's a hot take within a hot take, but we do agree on that hot take.
No Way Home felt like too much of a cameo fest for me. I never grew up watching the original Maguire trilogy or the Raimi trilogy or the Webb duology. I mean, that's another.
That's
thing.
a really impressive thing that you remembered all of the goofy names for it.
Yeah, the Raimiverse and the Webverse. I never grew up watching those. No Way Home. Obviously I knew who they were, and I'd watched them by the point. I hadn't. I watched them after No Way Home came out, but I knew who they were. So I was like, "Oh, that's the other Spider-Man." But it didn't have the same punch for me. It was like, yeah, I know who they are, but I'm not really invested yet.
I think that's a very fair point. I also think that half of No Way Home is the theater experience, and you only get that for that first week that you saw it in the theater.
I watched it in a rented out theater that some family friend, or no, not even a family friend, some person who knew my mom was doing because it was COVID.
But you would rate that as better than watching it at home.
Yeah, but not as good as watching it in an actual theater.
That's fair. I think it was the first film I saw after COVID started, and my family and we were all masked up, but everybody else was treating it like...
My family's all masked up in a private rented out theater with people we mostly knew.
That's ideally the best situation. But yeah, I guess so 2 hot takes loaded in one. Far From Home, best of it. I don't like Jake Gyllenhaal. I think Jake Gyllenhaal is an objectively awful person.
Okay, I don't know any of his personal drama, so we're gonna move past that.
True, but great casting as Mysterio. I think his whole plot as being a scorned... Would I have loved him to be a more whimsical... theater, absolutely. But for what he is, I think it's really cool. And also doing a self-parody of the multiverse stuff
before they even did the multiverse stuff, that was amazing. And also, Michael Keaton is just the best Spider-Man villain we've had in live action, at least in the past decade.
Yes,
I guess that. Yeah,
he's intimidating. The stakes are really good. He's just good. Do you feel like you've built up your hot take that you like to submit?
It's not that hot of a take. In my opinion.
I feel like I started off pretty high.
It is that Bruce Wayne needs to die and Batman needs to be retired for 5 years alongside most of his iconic roles. I'm talking Joker, I'm talking Two-Face, I'm talking Penguin, I'm talking Riddler. I'm talking put them out of commission for a while, put Bruce out. Honestly, have it be some Blaze of Glory thing that Tim goes out into, and have the Bat family kind of schism. Keep a contingent, but Gotham keep a contingent of Bloodhaven. I've talked about this many times, but...
I feel like we'll come back around to this, to what we've dubbed Bat Family Slander Hour. But yeah, I do agree with this take. I've been a lifelong Batman fan. I've been reading Batman since I can read, which, as we all know, was 13 years old. Yeah. I love Bruce very dearly. Some of my favorite comic stories are stories that involve him. It's time. The sun's getting real low.
And they will bring back Batman at some point. However, I think that Batman should be brought back before Bruce, and it should not be any of the Robins. It is Cassandra Cain.
Kill Batman, kill Bruce Wayne, bring back Alfred before you bring back Bruce Wayne.
Okay. Now, are we bringing back Alfred as the Butler, as the Spirit of 76 from the Lego Batman movie, as the Yankee Doodle from the Harley Quinn TV show?
My crazy take was going to be as the Gray Ghost from Batman the Animated Series,
Okay.
but I also like all of these ideas.
Alfred becomes the premier vigilante of Gotham. Is that your pick?
Yes, essentially, yeah.
Okay. See, I like the idea of Gotham almost getting cleaned up and just having like Duke in the daytime, and maybe let's go with Azrael and Huntress, who during the night just kind of patrolling, but they don't run into much because through some shenanigans we say that Gotham's actually getting better, and Bloodhaven is getting worse, which justifies bringing in Damian and probably at least one of the Batgirls.
I think this is all good. I think we'll pick this back up when we hit Bat Family Slander Hour. Trademark.
The now
Copyright.
iconic. The now iconic. 'Cause
Frankly, it's going to be in it. If we only do one of these, it'll certainly be in all of them. But if we do multiple of these, let me tell you what's going to be in every episode. Let's move on to Pick of the Week. So, for full disclosure, we are recording this after we have taken our weekly trip down to our local comic book shop. We've picked out the books that are on our poll list. And what this segment is that neither of us have read any of our polls this week.
we might have seen some out of context panels
Yes.
or pages, but we have not read them in
Yes.
their entirety.
And we're going to select one of them and kind of talk about why we're excited about it. And, just kind of like what's fun about like the going down and picking up your polls experience.
Exactly.
Since I had started first, how about you lead for this?
So I think that I was kind of excited for Unbreakable X-Men. I want to see Jitter and Calico being lesbians in love in the apocalypse. However, I think my number one book this week is probably going to be Nightwing I don't remember
131.
131. Just because Dan Wars' Nightwing has been incredible. We get a jacked and hot Killer Moth. I want to see him go down like a jobber. I want to see Bryce having fun. I want to see Dick. I hope Haley's in it because Haley's been the best thing to come out of Nightwing since Rick Grayson. Yeah, it's been an all-around incredible run that has not missed yet.
I don't remember who said it, but whoever made that comment where it's like the cover looks like Zanny and Nightwing are about to have a dance battle, like...
If that is how this arc ends, I will die happy.
I will be complete...
In a way, the spirit of the circus being defeated by Circus Boy being even more flamboyant and his showmanship being even higher would be a thematic way to end it. And I think that if it happens in the form of an end of a 2000s kid movie dance battle, that's even better.
I mentioned this privately to a couple of people. I think the Nightwing annual that they just dropped might be my contender for issue of the year. I really thought it was strong. I've loved Maggie.
Over the Titans annual.
I will put it over the Titans annual. I love Phil Jimenez very dearly, but first of all, the Maggie Sawyer of it
over
all.
the Harley Quinn Silent but Deadly Fartacular.
I did almost die reading that because it was very funny. I will report to that.
Everyone put this on the record.
Yes, this should go on the record. But yeah, I thought that annual was amazing. Giving Maggie Sawyer her dues, as she always deserves, frankly. The only woman to have bagged both Renee Montoya and Kate Kane, just saying that's a flex. That is mad flex.
Everyone should be a little jealous.
Aren't we all? And then yeah, just the Zanny's origin story and the commentary on the history of comic book censorship.
good.
It's really good.
I will say for everyone listening to this, you are missing out on a lot of good hand movements. That's the one that's with this being audio format.
If we ever upgrade this to a visual format, we'll make
It'll just be a hand cam.
Yes, it'll be the jewelry shows and you buy the
Naturally,
topaz ring.
yeah.
It's like that.
And your most anticipated comic of the week?
So we got a lot of strong ones this week. I only have 3 polls, but I think they're all pretty strong. Obviously, keeping up with Marewa Ayodele's Storm, I'm picking up Rogue Storm. As seemingly the only person who's been enjoying One World Under Doom, I'm picking up One World Under Doom, number 8. I apologize. However, as my posting history can probably attest, I'm really excited for Sinister 6. Mr. Sinister, best X-Men villain of all time. I really don't think...
It's a tragedy he hasn't been in any movies yet.
He would have been great in New Mutants if that was the
They were
original.
building to him.
They were building
throughout
him.
The second Fox.
It would have been great. Doing Ocean's 11, but with a bunch of jobber characters, that's fun. It always works.
You're calling Black Cat Havoc jobbers.
Yeah, but Omega Red's there. And the female Phantom X, not...
Cluster?
Yes. Charlie Cluster number 7. The first one.
Yes.
I also don't know who the Venom is yet, and I'm very excited. It's not listed on League as of right now who Venom is. I assume it's going to be a big reveal in...
Issue 2 or 3.
Probably 2 or 3, yeah. That'll be fun. I feel like I should have probably started with this, but I will say I've actually been enjoying Age of Revelation. I'm enjoying it a lot more than the other X-Men stuff we've been getting. I think what's fun about an alternate universe story is that you can just let writers throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks. And this editorial team seems to really hate that in mainline continuity.
So if it takes a couple events like this to get ideas that are not... If it takes an event that's repetitive and the same to get ideas that are not samey, then I guess that's what it takes.
Yes, that's what it takes. I agree. I think... And I started off very positive about From the Ashes. I've been thoroughly disappointed by the experience.
As have I, yeah.
I think
there are a couple outliers that have been good.
Yes.
X Factor was fun.
X Factor was cut way too short.
Mm-hmm. Uncanny's been fun when we get to see the outliers. I know that's a hot take, but I really like the outliers, and I wish we got more of them.
I think it's both tragic but also logical that the most solid book has been the main adjective list title.
You think adjective has been more solid than exceptional?
That Omega Hunt, that X-Man Hunt issue really put a...
The one that barely tied in at all?
Yes. But the fact that it had to at all.
That time was just them saying, oh no, Xavier's doing things. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled
Well,
Sinister.
I guess I would say like my issue is exceptional, especially now that it seems like we're either getting a relaunch or we're not getting a continuation in the normal sense.
In
yes.
some way.
Is that it was over way too soon. I think there were a lot of ideas that Ewing was toying with that needed time on the page, and we probably will see it, but it would have been nice to see it in the book that was launched as this is where Eve Ewing gets to do.
Now, as a Chicago person yourself, would you say the book would have been improved if they went to Devil Dog or Portillo's?
Notably, every issue that features some Chicago landmark is one of my favorites. I think
that one with the high school.
I was gonna say when we meet
Kitty's girlfriend.
Yes, and
That
Melee. There we go. I remembered.
That was AXO, wasn't it?
I think it was
getting bullied under the bleachers.
It might have been both of them.
Probably both.
Because only Bronze gets introduced in the first issue. Anyway,
but seeing that school.
Yes, I've worked at that school, and I thought that was really fun. I thought the issue where Kitty had to work the bar at a Bears game was really funny. I know that was nowhere near the main focus of that issue, but like her just being like, oh shit, I forgot there was a game.
But as one Chicago person seeing another Chicago person writing a Chicago book, that's one of your favorite parts.
It's great. It was just really nice. And Marvel has a weird like New York, New York, New York, New York. Oh, and maybe another city if we're feeling fine.
Either LA or Chicago.
Yes.
I like seeing Ironheart show up. That was fun.
That was a fun crossover.
The New York heroes always get to cross over. Want to put the heroes in other states and let them keep crossing over. That was fun.
It seems like there was a minute there where we were really close to an Ironheart solo getting launched, and then it didn't really.
Just the one shot.
Between
that's now dollar bin fodder.
Between the one shot, her cameo in Exceptional, her cameos in R.I.P. God rest his soul, the Ackerman run.
I would call it supporting appearances, not even
exactly.
Cameos. Yeah.
It seemed like we were building up to something.
But Marvel can't give a black woman a solo.
Say that, Queen.
I just did. On the record, even.
On the record, even. So, yeah. But I'm very excited for Sinister Six. I think it'll be fun. I really like matching costumes. That's another thing that this era has been kind of lackluster in. I think we always need more matching costumes.
You would say that one of the X-Men teams needs the Avengers jackets they just brought back.
Yes, another reason I loved X Factor. I loved the matching outfits, and then Pyro getting upset that he had to get rid of his face tattoo. I didn't like them getting rid of the face tattoo, but I like that the in-canon explanation is for brand synergy. That's genius.
Shout out Click Clock. All the Click Clock listeners.
And Click Clock is still relevant in wider Marvel, so clearly, like, something.
Wasn't it only relevant in Ackerman's Iron Man, though?
Anyway,
Ackerman and Russell hit us up.
It's time for our next. It's time for our next segment. This one's called X-Men, Gay or Straight. How does this work? We're gonna go back and forth. We'll probably do 3 each. I feel like that's a fair number. One of us will name an X-Men character. We'll say if they're gay or straight. Here's the trick, though. They're all gay. It's just
Except
a
for
matter.
one, and you have to figure out which one.
Yeah, you have to figure out which one. It's just a matter of figuring out what kind of gay they are. I'll popcorn off of this
Yep.
since I started. So my first pick for X-Men Gay or Straight, I want to talk about Paige. I want to talk about Husk.
Paige Guthrie. Okay, not one I've read too much of. I
Fair
haven't
enough.
caught up on Generation X. However, she is the Guthrie. That means she is gay. It's
Inherently.
Yes, it's in her blood.
Even Icarus, who is like straight as a
Equally
razor,
straight.
is also gay.
Also, he's a little gay.
Yes.
The Guthrie name carries a little bit of gay in it.
Now,
Mama-
where would you put her, though, on the spectrum?
I'm just gonna say, Lucinda Guthrie. She watched the Dolly Parton concert and was changed.
Yes. In utero. In utero.
Yes.
All of them
absolutely.
in utero were at. I don't know how, because they're not octuplets, but it worked out.
Something about Paige, I feel like is giving me bi.
That's fair. I think this is a fair pick.
Do you have someone you want to see her with?
Ooh, that's a good question. For anyone reading the Infinity comic,
I need to catch up
the
on
new
that.
character that they introduced, who can like split herself off, like Coral. I don't remember her name.
I do need to catch up on this.
There was a lot of gay tension there. They were established as like friends who've known each other since like your day one of Krakoa or something like that. There's a lot of vibes going on there. My other pick, though, and this might be a bit of a dark horse pick, is Jubilee. But really, it's just because I want to see Jubilee kiss a woman. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we all should be kissing Laura.
Yes. I think that's fair.
Shout out to all the Laura Jubilee shippers. I know there's probably 2 of you listening.
Yes. How would you like to take it over now?
Let's go with an easy one. This is kind of just softballing it. Quentin Clare. I know you want to talk about this one.
So this is one I feel very strongly about. Obviously, he's gay. First of all, to answer the main question of the segment, a lot of people think he's straight. He's not, though.
He thinks he is.
He thinks he is. But guess what, buddy? You can't touch Glob that much without being a little gay.
A little.
I would assign him. He gives off demisexual bi with male preference. But I think the demisexual is important. I think Quentin cannot really. He will pretend to be attracted to people that he doesn't feel an Gwenpool. But like he can only feel like you look at his story with EDA and Wolverine and the X-Men, like even he's surprised when EDA kisses him at the prom. He's like, wait, what? I'm like unlovable and like
This is not how it's supposed to go.
this is not how it's supposed to go.
Meanwhile, compare that to any of his interactions with Glob Herman.
Yes, where they're essentially making out with words.
Yeah. Telepathically.
Telepathically.
As we've seen Betsy and Rachel do.
I also think any character who wants to date a cuckoo is bisexual, because the only 2 so far have been Quentin and Cable, who we know is bisexual. So by default, like, I just think like
Yeah.
you got to be a little queer.
Like I said, it's a softball question.
you got to be a little queer if you want to date
Is it-
5 identical.
Not quite dating Polaris, but up there.
Oh yes.
Who's your second?
So my second one, this is kind of a deep pull. I might even have to explain this a little bit. Are you familiar with I had his picture.
If this is Astra, or remember the Technard?
Well,
Technet, sorry.
hold on, wait, let me double check because I don't want to get his name wrong. Is it Wild Side or Wild Slide? Damn it. Wild Side.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember Wild? He's been in a couple of Krakoa books, so you've definitely read him. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've read enough.
He's a lifelike creation, therefore he is gay. But
Yes.
I can't speak much more than that.
That's fair. He is on the MLF when Strife is there.
Another very gay
That's
thing.
pretty gay, yeah,
Hanging out with Strife is gay.
inherently. He's a teleporter. That's pretty
gay.
gay.
Yeah, he's gay.
Like 100% though, like we're not putting any addendum on that.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just because I don't know enough.
That's fair. Oh, also anybody who willingly works with Rainfire. I'm sorry. Normal Bobby wasn't enough for you. You need like buff, swole, evil overlord Bobby. Just saying.
Now this one, we're going with Fabio Medina, Egg.
Ooh. Okay. First of all, gay.
Yes. And let's see if you have the same idea I do.
So, my problem with Egg is that he's also incredibly transcoded. In fact, I would go on to say he is literally an egg. I think a man wanting to have babies that much is like, you know. But if we're talking about orientation, this is a hard one. I'm gonna say flat out gay. I think he likes men.
Interesting.
I've never seen him be excited to talk to a woman. I've seen him very excited to talk to men.
Now, see, I was thinking bi or pan, just because Krakow is already the polycule island.
Well, and I was gonna
And
say,
the five-
you know what?
the
I'm
five
gonna
must
walk
have
mine
had
back. Yes, the 5 is very polyamorous, pansexual,
Do
fuck
it-
nugget.
But however, they had no labels in there. It was
Yes.
just, we are the 5, we do what we want, we are 1, we are 5.
Yes.
So I feel like he might not even
You
have
know
his
what?
label.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk it back. Yeah, pansexual. I do think he has a male preference, though. I do. I'm
Oh,
gonna
him
ruin
and
it.
Proteus, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on.
Have you seen him?
Have you seen him? No,
Which
I
body?
haven't. He's invisible. This kid, see, this is a good idea. Is it my turn again?
Yes.
Okay, for my third and final pick, he's technically not an X-Man, but he's an X-Men character, so we're going for it. Let's put it on the table. Let's talk about it. Let's talk Jugs. Talk to me about Jugs.
What is there to say other than...
Well, what
he's
is
a-
he?
He's a
Is
friend
he
of,
gay or straight?
He's a friend of Dazzler.
Yes.
He's a friend of Dazzler.
Ideal
And
pairing, though.
that's concluded my position as Marvel editorial. He is the gayest character who has been created. Him and Black Tom are absolutely going at it every time they're off panel.
I think there's not a single character.
The fact that the fact that we have a gay Juggernaut and it's not Kane Marco. Yeah, I was about to say Marco Flint. That's Sandman.
He's Japanese now. You say his last name first.
The fact that we have a gay Juggernaut, as much as I love Justin, and I really do, Avengers Academy was one of my favorite comics that had been going on. It and some of the X-Men titles were the only reason I'm sticking around Marvel, and now that it's gone, I'm deeply saddened. Hashtag bring back Avengers Academy. Shout out Escapade. The fact that I love Justin, but the fact that we got a different gay Juggernaut before we had the first one being gay,
Well, and this is an identifiable phenomenon, right? Because Pyro has always been gay.
But then we got second Pyro who
Marvel
was
didn't
gay.
want main Pyro to be gay, so they introduced gay Pyro,
let's see.
who, as far as I know, hasn't shown up in almost 10 years.
Yeah.
It's been
Like,
a
even
while.
Krakoa, they were like, okay, we're bringing back the first Pyro. And
Okay,
we're
'cause
making
who
him even
wouldn't?
more queer-coded.
Who wouldn't? He's so fun.
Yeah.
He writes women's like romance novels for a living and has made like millions of dollars off of it.
It's so
He has a
true.
yacht.
It's still supposed to be a pirate. Because who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think. But to the Jugs of it all, yes, I think he's gay. There's no. The only woman he is willingly asked out is Celine, and that's like
just
the
because
dark
Celine-
version. That's like the anti-fairy of dating Polaris is gay. Asking out Celine is also gay.
Very gay, even. Now, let's go with... You know, I brought it up earlier. It's kind of another softball. But Laura Kinney, Wolverine, the best Wolverine. We are not dead naming her in this podcast.
So I think X. So for me, yeah, Laura's obviously gay because she's an X-Man. But this might be a hot take. I think people are very quick to jump the lesbian route. And while I understand and I see you lesbian
You are
Laura.
seen and you are heard.
You are heard. I do think, like most bisexual women, she does have the habit of getting really attracted to flop men. And listen, we've all been there. It's all happened to us. Like, it's a very normal part of the experience, but it doesn't invalidate. Just because the men are flops does not mean it invalidates the bisexual identity.
Exactly, yeah.
Ideal pairing, again, sorry to the... I'm just really shitting on the Laura Jubilee shippers today. My ideal pairing is with...
Kaiden?
Kaiden, yes.
Kaiden.
Yes. And the original NYX is bad, but like, god damn it, they really put in the work to make that thing happen. Also, I just really like her powers.
The fact that Kaiden has probably probably less than 12 appearances off the top of my head, and almost all of them has been making goo-goo eyes at Laura says something.
True. was her gay awakening, might I add. Because Kaiden, straight as a razor for most of NYX, gets one look at Laura, all of a sudden, I think I want to live with women for the rest of my life.
Sees one dark-haired baddie and falls.
We've all been there. And Laura having her goth era when she debuted, which shout out to Erica Schultz for bringing that back in the recent solo.
Now we just need to bring back Laura being queer.
Yes.
It's never really gone
It
away.
was unfortunately one of the straighter Laura series that I've read. I did like it. It was just very straight.
I like the fact that her life with Julian was a lie. That says a lot.
That was a good issue. Or the arc, I guess it was two
Mini
issues.
arc, yeah.
Well, and that's my case, right? Is that like Julian is a flop of a man, but you can't deny what they had was it like an experience, to say the least.
Yeah, so it's called that's called a gay awakening for both of them.
Also, Hellion clearly has a type because you know who he immediately started dating right after Laura? Shark Girl. Do with this information what you will. All right, now it's time for the Yap Sesh, which I guess technically all of this has been, but this is going to be more of an unstructured. We're just going to talk about whatever we want about. So has there been anything you've been thinking about as we've been talking that you kind of, something you want to circle back to, something you...
I've just been distracted about how gay the X-Men are. Like
That's very
always.
fair. Actually, that was something I wanted to talk about. So we recently got the Wolverine trailer
Yeah.
for the new game. It looks good. Not going to talk about the gameplay or anything like that.
Because also we don't know.
Because we don't know. What I want to talk about is, you know, we just got X-Men 97, which I think did a great job of, like, being X-Men as queer media, but, like, not beating you over the head with it. Or, like,
Shout out Morph. Turning
Yes.
into Sabretooth, talks to Logan. Okay, we see what's going on here.
That's one of the gayest scenes I've ever seen on television. When he has the thing of the beers, chucks it at Logan's head, and then shapeshifts into... And I'm not going to break down the weird sexual trauma of that, but whatever. But what I'm circling at is how gay do we think this new Wolverine game is? Should it be more gay based on what we've seen?
Okay.
I think the answer to that second one is already yes.
It should be more gay. It's going to be decently queer. Mystique showing up in it, that automatically adds a little bit to it.
I think of all the Wolverine villains, having it be Omega Red is gay as hell. Because, like, with Sabretooth, it's a little too problematic, right? Like, he can't really, like, square that circle. With Omega Red, though, like, especially if you read Percy's run or, like, the Infinity comic before the current one, like, the From the Ashes one.
Yep.
Omega Red's gay as hell. That is a gay-ass character.
He's a Wolverine villain. Of course he's gay.
But, like, especially, oh my god, the arc in Percy's run where it's, like, he's all like fucked up because of the vampires, and Wolverine's like, I know you guys hate this man, but like, I'm gonna fight for him. Like, so I think that's a good indicator, right? I think the fact that Omega Red is gonna be a main villain.
Omega Red and Mystique showing up has the gay promise.
Yes. I'm a little worried we're gonna get a new love interest instead of one of the many classic. As I've made it no secret on my account, I'm quite a fan of the Wolverine love interest, and
Any Wolverine side character,
yes,
really.
And I fear they won't go for, because we didn't see Mariko, we didn't see Silver Fox, we didn't really see like anybody.
Unless they try putting him with Mystique.
I would hate that personally. I know they have a kid together in another universe. Don't care.
Unless
Boo.
causing some comic synergy with the Sable being in the Wolverine comic after From the Ashes. We know Sable's in this universe.
That'd be fun.
I don't know how much they've interacted in the comics, but I think they'd work.
If they want to build off of what they've established.
Wolverine and a tough girl with a color in her name. Name more comic
Yep.
duo.
Yep.
Especially if that color is silver.
It tends to help. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like my gut, I'm always gonna be Team Marco. But like we're getting a lot. I thought when they first announced this game, I thought it was going to be like open world in one setting, like Westchester or Japan or just one.
The American West or something.
Sure, but from the trailer,
we're going all around. Probably some Russia, some
Madripoor.
Shout out Madripoor, always a good place.
Definitely going to go to the. I don't know if Marco is going to be a big part of the game. I have no doubt a level at the Yoshida Stronghold will be.
Yes.
Maybe it'll even be the tutorial, kind of like how Spider-Man
That'd be
1
fun.
had like the Kingpin.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 at the Sandman.
Yes.
Spider-Man Miles Morales had Rhino.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised
A
if.
Silver Samurai tutorial fight.
Ooh, now you're cooking. That'd be good. I can't remember off the top of my head what mutant references we get in the Insomniac games.
Probably a lot, but not enough.
I would have to watch a crappy AI YouTube video.
Yeah.
But my point being is like, this is kind of a side we haven't really seen at all from this universe.
As far as that, we almost never get to see. Wolverine stuff doesn't like to do his Omega Red and Russia stuff.
Yes.
They'd rather focus on the fact that Chris Claremont was a weeb.
Yes.
He's a weeb.
So I don't know. I'm excited. Also, Sentinels. What? That's pretty cool.
Always fun.
It was kind of giving the really old the Deadpool game with.
Yeah. Was that the Ryan North?
Yes.
No, not Ryan.
No, no, Ryan North. That's the
No,
right.
other guy.
The guy whose name is
Nolan North.
Nolan North. There we go. Very fun game from a dialogue and cutscenes. Gameplay is not good. Already the gameplay of Wolverine looks fun, so that'll be good. I don't know how I feel about the voice. I was really thinking it was going to be Steve Bloom. When it wasn't Steve Bloom, I was like,
The fact that they got him back they got him for Rivals and not for this feels a little weird, but I'm willing to give it a shot. As long as it's a deep voice that sounds like honey and can put me to sleep, I'm fine.
well, this is
If
kinda-
Ben Percy recorded
Yes.
his recordings of his Wolverine comics, I'd be a happy girl.
They should do that. They should let Ben Percy do like Wolverine the audiobook. I'd read that. What I was going to say is, it's a conversation that we've had before. It really seemed like with Rivals, they were like, these are the definitive voices for these characters. They brought back, Thor, the guy who's played Thor in like everything.
I don't know.
I can't remember his name, but whatever. Yuri Lowenthal came back as Spider-Man. Steve Bloom coming back as Wolverine. Like,
Jeff the Land Shark is Jeff the Land Shark.
Jeff the Land Shark is Jeff the Land Shark. Watching the guy do it, I don't know if you've seen the videos of the guy who does the noises, like do it
This
live.
is fun though.
We'll watch this later. It's frankly like a little creepy, like to see him like, because he's a grown ass man, and then he goes, you're like, oh, hello.
I like it. I like it.
But yeah, like it felt like this was the era of like, okay, this is the definitive voice. I will say, if they don't get, oh god, he plays Magneto, and he also plays Obi-Wan.
James Arnold
and
Taylor.
Thank you. If they don't get James Arnold Taylor to play Magneto in whatever capacity he's in the Insomniac games, I will be very sad, because I think he does a very good job.
Now, speaking of the Insomniac games, I saw someone asking online somewhere, are these games going to get brought together in Infinity War and Endgame? And on 3, we're going to answer this. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Got it. Yeah, no.
No, these should just be fun games you can play. I like the Spider-Man games having a through line. I feel like if there are more X-Men games, there should probably be a through line about human-mutant relations and Sentinels. Other than that, they should be kind of standalone and just happen to be in the same universe and same company.
I don't say this often, but I do feel it really strongly. If Wolverine doesn't do well, though, this is the end. Because after the leaks that nearly canceled the
Yes.
Wolverine game, the fact that we're even getting it,
It feels like I think they reworked it from the ground up after those.
I think
leaks.
so, yes.
Because I remember those leaks focused a lot on Jean Grey being a playable character.
Yes.
And here we are with trailer and nothing. It probably got scrapped to make Mystique.
Well, and frankly, like, good. I don't
Yeah.
really know, like,
What she'd bring or why she'd be there.
and we all know the criticism of the Insomniac Spider-Man games.
Too much water.
Too much, well, yeah. The Mary Jane and Miles sections are slow, and they're not very fun to play.
And I feel like they could avoid that with Jean Grey, but also why would you use Jean Grey? There's plenty of Wolverine characters you could use.
Yes.
And Mystique still isn't a Wolverine character, but makes more sense. Especially if they're going for like a kind of this
If she's going to be the
thing.
stealth sections of the game,
That'd be amazing.
it'd be perfect.
No,
Playable Omega Red.
Keep hoping.
Me loading up Marvel vs. Capcom again for like the 5th time just so I can live the Omega Red experience.
Now another topic.
Ooh.
DC's been talking, or there's been rumors that DC relaunching a bunch of their books with new number ones and blind
Yes.
bags, following the Batman model. Thoughts?
I'm going to go in order of what I think is the least devastating and what's the most. Number 1, I don't care that Detective Comics is probably getting relaunched at number
Ooh,
1.
That's a hot take.
As long as they keep the legacy numbering, who cares? It's the same book. Like, already people are like, wait, what do you mean? Like, if I want to start the Taylor run, I have to start at 1093? Yeah.
That's my guess that's on my head.
Oh, no,
You put a-
1091. 1091.
Okay.
But yeah, people already say that. and I don't nearly have as much as a problem with relaunches as most people.
I feel like if they're going to relaunch Sector Comics, they should start double shipping until like it's 11/27.
Uh,
And then relaunch at 11, what would be Legacy 11/28.
I don't know what the other rumors are, but we've had the rumor
Well,
that
there have been rumors about, off the top of my head, I'm going to be saying Harley Quinn, Catwoman, Superman, Flash, Green Lantern, and Nightwing. I think those are the ones I've heard.
So
talk about.
I'm going to jump immediately. The most devastating would be Nightwing.
The fact that it's the only DC book aside from Detective in Action that has its rebirth numbering is incredible, and I hope we don't see it goes anytime soon. But I feel like that it does make it the most likely.
We got so close in Dark Crisis to them acknowledging the fact that Nightwing has risen. Unfortunately, to Diana's disservice, Nightwing has risen to the third pillar.
Yeah, it's been happening with Dark Crisis and World's Finest and Beast World. Say what you will about Beast World, Absolute Power. They've all acknowledging that Nightwing is one of DC's biggest characters, both in and out of the universe.
Putting Dan Waters on the ongoing, a high acclaimed writer, even before he started working on Nightwing. You know, he's got Hulk stuff that people like. He's got a bunch of stuff people
His
already
Secret
like.
Comics run.
Yes. Also, the fact that he's releasing double bangers with Batman
Patterns.
Dark Patterns. Yes. Good for him. But what I was going to say is, like, it's such a milestone to have Nightwing have such a big numbering to be the third pillar. Again,
Detective Comics, Action Comics, Nightwing Comics.
that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. So I'd be really devastated, personally. Honestly, for the other books, I wouldn't mind that much.
I feel like Harley Quinn's kind of inevitable. That you only really do a big legacy number celebration when you're going to relaunch
The
it.
fact that she's at, like, what, 50 or 60 now?
I want to say 60. I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Hold on.
I think this is legacy like 200 maybe.
Yes.
But the fact that they're doing a big legacy celebration, and the fact that the books are getting kind of mixed reviews, makes me think they're going to relaunch with a new writer.
It's been going since 2021. Like, that's
It's
crazy.
Stephanie Phillips, Teenie Howard, and now is it Elliot Cowan?
Legacy 200 will be 57.
Okay, 57 in this run, yeah.
Yeah, so we're almost at 60. Like, for Harley Quinn, might I add.
That's really impressive. I feel like Poison Ivy is safe from getting relaunched. It didn't say that. I feel like it's safe. I feel like Flash is in relaunch zone.
I was really disappointed with the Cy Superior run. This is a little known fact. So I was reading it on DC Infinite, and I fully skipped an issue and didn't realize it until 2 issues later, when they started bringing up stuff that I was like, I don't remember this happening at all. When did this happen? Oh, I totally skipped an issue and didn't realize it until 2 issues later. I love Cy Spurrier to death. He's a great writer. That's a bad sign. That's a really bad sign for a Flash title too. Because I'm not saying Flash can't be cosmic level deep, but it's not what I go to the character for. Impulse Point looks fun.
Yeah, having Mark Waid come on the book for a bit does make you feel like, okay, we're going to do something's shaking up.
It's the glory. It's the like at the end of the race when you start like,
Yeah.
like, we did it.
Mm-hmm. Catwoman, I get either way on this being relaunched. I feel like I get these arguments for why I will, I see arguments for why I won't. It's been getting kind of mixed reviews, so you think it might get canceled. However, DC won't be able to go without a Catwoman book for more than probably 6 months, so it'll get relaunched
Ooh,
again.
okay, wait. I'm gonna push you on that for a sec. So you think a Catwoman book is essential for DC like market?
I think it's become more essential.
Okay.
Because it's had its periods of on and off, but I think right now we're in a big Catwoman period. We've got Absolute Catwoman, Zoe Kravitz playing her in
That's
the
a fair point,
Reeseverse.
yeah.
Well, actually, no, that's probably second biggest Catwoman role. The biggest one being the Lego Batman movie.
James Gunn
I'm in,
will,
I'm in,
will
I'm in.
have directed and released in the time between the Batman and the Batman Part 2. You ready for this? Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Creature Commandos Season 1, Superman, Peacemaker Season 2, Supergirl, and Man of Tomorrow. That's crazy.
It does make me kind of excited for what's going on with Batman Part
They've been
2.
working on it for a long time.
It's got high expectations to live up to.
It does.
Now other titles getting launched. I feel like Wonder Woman probably won't get canceled because they're not going to let Tom King go until he says he's done.
My counterpoint to that, and I'm saying this as someone who usually enjoys King,
You do?
this run has been getting such worse reviews. I don't think they'll relaunch with a new number 1. I do think he's getting off the book soon. I think they're going to finish up this Mouse Man stuff.
Well, with how this is going, that could take until issue like 75.
That's true. It does seem like he's dragging it out.
Possibly-
like a pet you don't want to kill. It's like, oh, but we've had Smothers for 15 years. Like, we can't put him out just yet. He's like, this thing needs to go.
We need to eat this rat.
We need to eat this rat, frankly.
But yeah, I feel like.
What if it gets relaunched but King's still in the book? Like a Marvel, like have a Marvel moment?
Not another Moon Knight moment.
See, but that would imply it's good.
No, Scarlet Witch is good too. So I don't know.
See, that's the thing is they don't relaunch with a new #1 if it's a good book.
They don't change writers if it's a good book.
Yes,
But they keep relaunching it like they would
they
anyway.
will relaunch it till the sun's over.
No, what are the other ones we were talking about? Poison Ivy, that's safe, I
That's
think.
fine.
They're not going to kick G. Will Wilson off a book.
Yeah, people keep saying Superman, and I'm like, I think they want Superman to be big numbers. Though.
I hope they
let Batman. Technically, they're still letting Batman go to one. We'll
This
talk about
is a Hattush
Should we
free zone.
unironically, should we bring in Hattush for the?
I think that's in the slander hour.
Because I wanted to say, I mean, you read Nightwing
Okay,
130. That little conversation between him and Bruce, that's Hattush, right?
Yeah, the conversation between Dick and Bruce is Hattush. Everything in the Red Hood series, which I've got a copy of issue #1 for, that's Hattush. Let's see. The stuff in Batman #1 that people tell is kind of weird, that's Hattush. If it's in a Bat book and you're wondering, why is this happening right now, this makes no sense, it's because it's supposed to come after Hattush. But because Loeb and Lee are so behind, and we're going to end up getting the first trade of the fractions of Batman before we get the end of Hattush, it all makes no sense. And this is going to go down in infamy in DC.
I think so. But yeah, to that point, like, I think they want Superman to be a
Big
high number
numbers.
title.
Yeah.
The problem is that the Bendis stuff was so I think the only reason they relaunched when they did Dawn of DC is that the Bendis stuff was so controversial.
Well, because
they wanted to get
they kind of
away
put
from
themselves
it.
into a corner by making the Superman book the John Kent.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we can't have this. We need to have a big Clark-led book that's not action. So we need to relaunch this.
I agree.
So it's been good, but it's a shame that it's relaunched it.
Yeah, I need to catch up. I like what I've read. The Legion coming back, fun,
Yeah.
great.
Green Lantern. I feel like Green Lantern's kind of in the danger zone. It depends on how long Adam wants to keep writing it.
I was gonna say with the recent backlash to like Adams in general, I wouldn't be surprised.
Because
but also-
he's done a lot of weird stuff.
Well, and he's like the lead creative force on both titles, on the main Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps.
I want to say Green Lantern Corps has been handed over to another writer.
Is
now,
that
though.
true? Let me double check.
I can't tell you who it is off the top of my head, but I believe it has been handed
Well,
over.
I know it literally might only just be happening though, because I know
Yeah. I think they just finished up a crossover between Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps. Now, and we obviously Green Arrow, something's happening. Birds of Prey,
Yeah.
something's happening. I think that I love Teenie Howard. If Birds of Prey and Green Arrow both got canceled for her mini, I'll be deeply saddened because I love her writing. But the fact that it's a 4-issue mini that ended two of DC's best runs, honestly. If that's what it is, that's disappointing.
Morgan Hampton will be taking over with
Yeah.
the issue releasing in November.
That makes sense.
That'll be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I can't believe they went from like cis straight white man and
Who
like,
defends Matt Walsh? I believe.
yes, Midwest conservative to like a black woman. That's kind of base.
That's iconic.
With it seems like we're gonna get a lot of POC leads because there's Sojourner, the Kid Lantern that I don't care
Kelly, I want
about.
to say her name is Teen Lantern.
John, Kyle. What's the horse meme?
Evil and intimidating
Yes,
horse.
that's what Guy Gardner is on this lineup. Evil and intimidating horse.
Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz. Shout out Simon Baz. If he gets to be in 2 books at once, that's the most prominent
Good
he's
for
been
him.
ever, I think.
Good for him.
Good for him.
He's a cool character. It's just like you need to actually care, right?
Yeah, and the DC hasn't given us a reason to care about him.
I like that he brought back the idea of lanterns having secret identities. That's fun.
They did think he's a lantern who carries a gun is interesting.
Yes, I think the idea of connecting it to his tattoo, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Like,
He's a lot of cool ideas that no one's wanted to use.
yes,
That's what it is.
I agree. So hopefully, is it Ahmed that's writing?
Saladin Ahmed.
Yes. Hopefully Ahmed has some cool ideas for Red. I've read issue 1 and I liked it okay. But I
But
haven't
speaking
read
of
anything
books
else.
that probably could be in the relaunch zone that people aren't really liking, Titans.
I desperately need a relaunch of Titans.
I have been buying this book since issue #1 because I'm a huge Titans fan. I never watched the 2003 show. I grew into this naturally.
Wow, you're saying this now.
Yeah.
I thought that you were gonna wait for like big reveal.
No, I'm putting all my cards on the table. I never watched the show. I grew into liking the Titans because Dick was cool, and then I realized, oh, the women he surrounds himself with are way cooler. And that
Do
leads
you
me to
put
the-
Rose Wilson in there as well?
She's a cool DC woman. She's not cool in DC one that Dick always surrounds himself
That's fair.
with. But Titans, I picked it up during Tom Taylor and was really liking it. Obviously, was retreading a lot of stuff, but sometimes that's what you have to do to get the book approved.
Yeah.
But then he came off the book and Layman came on, and I was like, okay, let's just give this a shot. And by the second or third issue of Layman's, I was like, at this point, I'm buying this because I like Roy and I like Donna, and I hope Corey doesn't get abandoned.
Well, but then you had the fake out with the Phil Jimenez annual, and you're like, wait,
Yes.
why is this book like actually good?
It's because it's focused on Donna.
Well,
And a
and
writer
I've
who
said
cares
it.
about them.
I think I said it in my review of that issue, and I've said it before. Like, Phil Jimenez has such a love for the Amazon side of DC, and it really just comes through in everything that you read, whether he's drawing it or writing it.
Yeah.
The art in that issue was really good.
Oh, absolutely.
Way better than
The art was incredible.
no disrespect to who's drawing the normal type. Hold on, who is that?
But for an annual, obviously, you get more time and you get more pages, which makes it easier to just have some incredible stuff there.
Where would you say it fell off immediately when Layman got on the book?
Pretty much, yeah.
So you're not a fan of Titan 16?
You could argue that it started to go downhill at the end of the Tom Taylor run, but I feel like the first issue Layman did was kind of fine. It's setting up, here's what we're going to be doing. And I like the idea of Donna being the leader. That's why the best thing to come out of this arc is Donna leading the Titans, because I feel like that is what makes most sense for her and for the team. But then after that, when we started getting into the crime syndicate stuff with Clock King as a major threat, and I'm like, is this what we're doing? And we're doing it like this?
I felt it was really weird to introduce the tumor thing with Clock
Oh,
King.
yeah.
That's weird to me.
I almost forgot about that. Actually, no, I had forgotten about that.
Because I'm not saying like he's a major character, but to like have this character who like people do, especially because they use
He's in the Arrowverse, I believe.
He's in the Arrowverse. They're using the Batman the Animated Series design in this ongoing,
Yes.
and that's arguably like his most. That one episode is arguably his most famous story ever.
And it's not going to be the Titans arc.
And it's certainly not. So to just be like, oh, you know this character who like maybe isn't your favorite, but like you have a lot of you might love. He's dying of brain cancer now. Suck it. Like
The pacing on this arc's also been weird. It took almost a year to wrap up the crime syndicate stuff, and then we get 2 random Doom Patrol issues, which were pretty fun, just because Doom Patrol's fun. And now they're thrust into a DCKO tie-in.
bringing
We're
back
gonna read today.
Slade after Dark Crisis should have been a bigger deal.
Yeah,
He was just kind of there.
Yeah, Tara and Slade working together. That was weird.
Why are you going to introduce that unless you're going to do something with it? Every other writer who's revisited them working together has
Even
brought it
who's
in.
revisited Tara as a whole.
Yes, has said something about the relationship. Layman did nothing.
He said, wouldn't it be cool if we... Everyone criticizes Skeleton for being a bunch of callbacks, which, sure. But the fact that we're just going, hey, look, it's Deathstroke and Tara. You know them. Hey, look, it's some of the guys from the Fearsome Five? Frightful Five?
The first one.
Fearsome Five?
Yes.
From those guys, it's some of those people. And did nothing with any of them.
And the fact that he had the balls to throw in that one scene where Slade betrays Tara and then she's like, oh,
How
this
could you
always
do
happens.
this to me again?
This always happens to me. It's like, you haven't been talking about this the entire arc and now you're getting in a cheap, like...
You wants to care now after not doing anything to make us care?
It was insulting. I find the book very insulting. To Titans fans, to people with eyes, to people who care about good romance.
Yeah, the Donna Roy stuff has been weird.
It's been weird. Everything with Raven, oof, not good.
Beast Boy may be the one who's getting away most scot-free, but that's because he's already been so flanderized.
Well, and you had Taylor really building off of the Dark Crisis stuff with Beast Boy, which I thought was really good.
Yeah. I do kind of miss One Eye Beast Boy. That was fun.
Yes.
The fact that it went away immediately was disappointing.
Well, and like giving him the eye patch because of Deathstroke, and then every time he looks in the mirror, like all he can see is Deathstroke because that's what Deathstroke looks like. Like that's cool. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. But and then the fact that he starts to see the dark side in himself through through Beast World. If those ideas could have been meshed better, and I don't think that can actually really got addressed at all, that would have been a cool place to take it. But that would have required someone to care about Beast Boy and to do something serious with him, which I feel like that ship sailed in 2003.
Should we move on to what I think is both of our most anticipated sections?
I think now that we're 15 minutes in, yes,
Yes,
we should.
it's time for the Bat Family Slander Hour. This will be, again, if we ever do another one, this will be a recurring segment where we just talk about Bat Family stuff that is weird and stupid. Because the Bat Family sure is weird.
Everything about to how people portray them on Tumblr and Wayne Family Adventures. Go read a Green Arrow comic. It's better. It has accurate science because the chemicals that Kadana's been referencing are real things. They have those effects. I'm a biochemistry major. I looked them up. I knew stuff in my head. This is all accurate.
I
The
knew
fact
this was
that
going to turn into like a backwards pitch to like read more Green Arrow comics.
Yeah, it was going to turn into a backwards pitch for Green Arrow comics. And frankly, the fact that I didn't mention scientific accuracy this far is shocking. But that ship has sailed.
If I could put in clips right now, I'd put in that clip from the Injustice movie where Harley's tied up in the Arrow Cave and she goes, "Why don't you call it the Quiver?" He's like, "Damn, that's actually a pretty good idea."
But yeah, I've unfortunately / fortunately made an entire presentation just going, hey, you like this flanderized Bat Family character? Well, here's a Green Arrow character who has a lot of the same traits, but does it better.
I think my recent Bat Family, like, I guess irk, for lack of a better term, is I've really been enjoying. We've only had 2 issues, but I really enjoyed how Fraction wrote Damian and Tim's relationship in that one issue, but seeing how, honestly, what this section really is a backdoor pilot to talk about how much we don't like Batman fans. I think that's the secret twist of this. Because what I was going to say is I don't like the reaction that scene got online.
Okay.
There are people that are like, Damian's being too mean, Damian's like, just all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm like, he's the little shit. That's his whole point.
And this is a flashback to when he was a little shit, because he's gone through some character development. He's become less of an asshole. He still has a little bit of edge.
In my head, that scene is either right before Bruce dies or right when he comes back. And either way, it makes sense.
Damian shouldn't be a Robin there, is what we're saying.
Yes.
He should be around, but not Robin.
Yes. But it doesn't matter. It's literally a couple pages flashback in a book that maybe has the most based Batman scene of all time, where he's staring down a cop and he's like, if you do police brutality, guess what? You're not my friend.
And now quickly tying into that scene before we move on to my next take. The people who are mad about Tim learning to drive, he's learning how to drive stick in that scene. I don't know how to drive stick now. I'm 21. This is not unrealistic.
I would have to have it explained to me. And,
by Batman, preferably.
And everybody's like, oh, but he drove a car back in the early 2000s. No way that wasn't automatic.
Oh, yeah. He drove the Redbird. The Redbird, well, it was automatic, but it was automatic because he pushed a button.
I was going to say, he literally just pushed a button.
Yeah. And now here's what I really was saying. I'm pulling this right out of your brain.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
How does everyone in the Bat Family know each other? When have Duke and Dick ever hung out? Like, we have there's a lot of connections in the Bat Family. Like, obviously, Duke and Cass and Steph and Tim, they were kind of in one section. And, Cass and like, Tim and Dick obviously have connection, but Dick and Steph don't really have a connection. They were interacting in the early 2000s when everyone in the Bat Family was assholes. Dick and Cass kind of hate each other because of the period when Cass was killing people and as the leader of the League of Assassins, Dick didn't trust her. But then we see, like, in Tom Taylor's Nightwing, Duke's like, I'm ready to give up my secret identity to protect Nightwing. You don't know who this is. This is just some guy your friends hang out with. And the fact that the Bat Family's gotten so bloated, that in and of itself is not necessarily the problem. There are ways to handle that. But the fact that we want to add all these characters and make them interact with everybody else without building those prior connections is the issue.
I agree. Like, I love Kate very dearly. She feels very much a stranger to the wider...
I think that's a good thing, honestly.
No, I agree, but, like...
I liked what they were doing in Tiny Second Comics.
Yes.
And hearing me praise Tiny Second Comics is a rare thing, honestly. It was a decent run. It's not what everyone says it was.
Wow. I haven't read it, so
yeah, I know.
I'll read it eventually. I have issue 1. Well, not issue 1. It's like 960 whatever.
Yeah, the beginning of his run.
I have the beginning sitting.
It's a good run for, like, Kate. It's a good run for people who want to power scale Tim. It's a good run for people who like Cass and Clayface. Yeah, end of thought.
I think that's a very good point. No, just like, especially like, a gimmick with a Bat Family character will be like, oh, like he or she gets on with everybody and they know everybody. And then it's like, okay, but you actually need to establish that.
Yeah.
Though.
Like, I've referenced Duke and Dick a lot as the example, and I'm kind of fine with that, with everyone kind of just having an idea of, oh, Dick's he's nice. I
gets on with everyone.
Him. Yeah. The idea of him, it's like when you go to a family reunion, you're like, yeah, that's Uncle Jim. I haven't really talked to him, but everyone loves him. That's what the Bat Family's starting to feel like. It's an overcrowded Italian family reunion.
I think that's very fair. I also think more of a broader issue is that like we keep establishing new characters and then spending time with those new characters, and then those new characters don't stick, and then a new character after them who does stick gets introduced, but we haven't spent any time like building them up. Like, I don't think this is a bold take to say Dick probably knows Bluebird better than he does Duke.
Have Dick and Harper ever interacted?
No way they haven't. How would we even figure this out? When we cross reference, like it would take too long.
They must have interacted sometime, but I cannot put my finger on it. And I mean, Harper and Duke are pretty contemporary characters. They're both New 52 introduced.
Yeah, but like Duke
was We Are Robin, and
yes.
Harper was Batman Eternal.
Well, and she shows up as early as
the beginning of the run, but she's not Bluebird until later. But I mean, like, her and Tim have a rivalry already, which is interesting.
Well, like, and there's a really good linchpin is that, like, normally Tim is the great, like, unifier, right? Tim knows everybody. Tim has a relationship with Dick. Tim has a relationship with Jason. There are a bunch of Bat-Fam characters that I wouldn't say know Tim that well. Kate certainly doesn't know Tim that well.
Detective Comics.
I guess.
Because Tim and Kate were kind of both the leaders of the Gotham Knights.
Okay. Well, like...
Is Clown Hunter a Bat Family member? Harley Quinn?
Harley Quinn.
Well, because they hung out in the One Teeny Howard issue, and it was fun, but also, like, they don't know each other. Tim did, like, why should I trust you? Because... yeah, why should he trust her? Well,
and I feel like it really boils down to like a difference of opinion between Batman writers. Because you look at like Fear State, right? Or
trying to think about Fear State, but I do not remember.
You'll see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
That was Tynion writing at the time.
I wanted it as Tynion, yeah, because that's when Miracle Molly was introduced. And
to him, Harley is a member of the Bat Family. You can see it in every issue of Fear State. She's right there with him. She's, kicking butt, taking
Harley's a
names.
member of the Bat Family, so we need someone to fill the Harley role, and that's why we get Punchline.
Yeah, so that's why we get Punchline. But then you compare that to, I don't know, like Zdarsky's run, where like, I don't think Harley shows up once in that run.
Good.
Good, yes, but that's my point, right?
You get the whole thing about how they need all the bad characters to take down Failsafe, and Harley's all doing her own thing, and Ghostmaker's being gay, and Clown Hunter, I think, is still alive. I honestly don't know and don't care.
Let's check.
No, we're not looking this up because
you know what a dignify.
Because who cares about Clown Hunter? I'm sorry to the 3 Clown Hunter fans who exist, but we don't. This is not a safe space for Clown Hunter fans. Miracle Molly, again, probably still alive, but hasn't shown up in a while. Yeah. The issue with the Bat Family is that there are so many of them who we don't bother to build connections between. And I'm fine with there being a lot of characters, but we need connections between them. Like, say what you will about the 90s, 2000s, they brought the whole cast together pretty often.
Yes.
Between, like, Bruce Wayne, Fugitive Murderer, and War Games.
There's a lot to be said about No Man's Land is a good, is a bad. What No Man's Land does exceptionally well, though, is the Bat Family.
Yeah. And that whole era, when like once a year, they'd have their big interconnected thing. Azrael will get on this, Catwoman gets in on this.
Remember when Azrael was like a big time member of the Bat Family? Bring that back.
I'm surprised he didn't get a book announced at New York Comic Con. We're getting the Firestorm.
Speaking of really good Dan Waters books, sort of Azrael, great book.
Yeah.
Gay as hell.
Yeah, really good dealing with the religious themes. If you're someone who grew up with religion and is
Bane's
now
daughter.
trying to figure it out.
We all love Vengeance. Let's be real. She's only shown up in like maybe 12 comics ever, but every time you see Vengeance, you're like, that's my girl. I know she was like no backstory, but like, that's my girl. It's like Shark. It's like Princess Shark in the current Supergirl stuff. You're not a real character, but like,
I love you anyway.
I love you.
The fact that we're getting Etrigan and Firestorm and Lobo comics, but not an Azrael one, is kind of surprising, honestly.
So I actually have a really fun segue, and I think this will work to close off the show. So the last thing we have on the list is just gay stuff. So knowing what we know about the next level announcements, let's think of the gayest picks we could have to be, because we know we're getting more announcements.
As in the books that haven't been announced yet, but we want.
Make it fruity as hell.
First, Batgirls 2.
Batgirls 2. Put it in. What's Cloonan doing right now? Nothing. She could do it. Why not?
Yeah. What's Corona doing?
He just got off Transformers.
Put him back on Batgirls.
Put him back.
He loved drawing the Batgirls.
It's great.
He said this to me face to face. This is true, by the way.
Very sweet man.
Yeah.
Very kind
incredible.
man.
Also, we can say that for almost everyone we've met.
The fact that Question All Along the Watchtower didn't spin out into a question on Go. Ooh, I'm curious to see.
You see, I feel like you can predict this. We're getting a Batwoman book.
That's true.
And we did just spend a whole mini about how they shouldn't really be together and have a lot of stuff to work through. However, what's gayer than saying, okay, we do not work and need to figure stuff out, and then going on a mission to Greece together?
I will say
Or
though,
Barbara Gordon Breakout.
Barbara Gordon Breakout is very possible. That might just be GCPD
Two.
2. What I was going to say though is, I don't know what you'd call this, a comparison. Leota and Kiki, or Kay? No, Kay. Came to the exact same conclusion that Kate and Renee did. They do love each other.
Yes.
There is so much love there, but they should not be together.
Yeah.
And I like seeing that story. I think that's an important story to have.
Now, okay, this is a different pitch. Firestorm, but instead of it being Dr. Stein and one of the kids, it's like the two kids or something, and they start falling in love with each other.
I can see this happening. I don't know enough about Firestorm.
I don't
but
either.
like,
It's a forbidden lovers because they can't interact.
yes. There's a little bit of gay going on in, was it Infinite Crisis where they were fused together?
Maybe?
Weird book.
Yeah?
Thanks, Phil Hernandez made a post the other day about like, God, Infinite Crisis is 20 years old. What the fuck's going on?
And we read that, 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
My pick. So we got the announcement of the new Harley and Ivy book, and that's really fun. I want the male equivalent though. When are we getting the Ghostmaker and Catman miniseries?
Okay, now this is connected to what I was going to say. Because I was going to say something picking up from Secret Six.
Oh yeah, that'd also be fun.
Because
Did Deadshot and Catman ever confirm what was going on? I need to finish it. You're not gonna say anything? That's fair.
it's because I'm trying to. It's because I have eyes and I can see what's going on between them. I'm trying to remember what the page says, what I'm thinking.
That's fair.
But like, get Dreamer in on something, get John in on something, get Black Alice. She was fun in that book.
Black Alice is always a treat.
Listen, well, what I'm really gonna say is that any project that Nicole Mates wants to work on, I would say yes, you go, Queen. If she wants to write a Batman book, I'll be behind it.
Dreamer starts dating Galaxy. Hear me out.
No, Dreamer is straight.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How do you feel about
I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but yeah.
This is like Bush learning about 9/11. You're like, I'm like reading like, I don't know, fucking like, I'm reading like Mr. Miracle to the kids, right? They're all like sitting around me, like you come over and whisper, Dreamer's straight. And then I have to pretend to just keep reading.
So that's why Dreamer and Jonathan being set up.
Oh, no. Oh, this is like when the second tower got hit.
But I mean, she still dates a shapeshifter,
That's
which
true.
is inherently gay.
Well, Megan, this would be a perfect time for Megan to date a super character who isn't a part of the super family.
That would. Martian's gender gets weird at some point.
Shapeshifters are inherently trans.
Yeah.
That should be the mission statement of the show.
Oh, speaking of gay books, we want to come back. Young Justice.
Yeah.
Get those kids back together.
We need to get the taste of Bendis out of our mouths.
And also Teen Titans, because Teen Titans Academy was fine at best. I only skipped around because I was reading stuff for Red Arrow and the Queen.
Wasn't there supposed to be, not the actual Dark Crisis Young Justice, but wasn't there supposed to be a Young Justice book spinning out?
I wouldn't be
Dark
surprised.
Crisis?
And honestly, I'm sad we didn't get that because I like Fitzmartin as a writer. Mary Sue was incredible. I
very much enjoyed.
I
Mary Sue.
really enjoyed all the Tim Drake coming out stuff. I haven't liked the Tim Drake solo series in Dark Crisis Young Justice.
Since Marvel had really sloppy announcements, I'm gonna give them some gay announcements.
Oh yeah,
they should have made.
Marvel was at New York Comic Con too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them some gay announcements they should have made that would have improved Comic Con. Oh my god, I had one in my head. Shulky. I would call it Fists and Gavels, and it would be the book that finally confirms that Captain Marvel and She-Hulk are going out, which we've frankly been waiting for like at least 20 years, minimum 20 years.
Yeah. Now, I will say the Jar Jar book as is, except Jar Jar Binks and Keller and Beck are dating.
That'd be fun. A little self-cessed, but whatever.
It's a galaxy far, far away.
It happens all the time.
There's worse that's been going on.
It's supernatural.
More High Republic books. That's another thing to add.
Yeah, they've been pretty good.
High Republic is gay.
Yeah. Okay, this might be a hot take. I don't know how you felt about it. The recent X-Men announcements for Shadows of Tomorrow feel even more straight than
Yes.
From the Ashes did, which is crazy because From the Ashes already felt like very straight.
Somehow, even the announcement of X-Force was straight, and that
Yes.
has Betsy and Rachel on it.
Mhm.
So with Biologic, we're saying Marvel should have had a new Excalibur book with
New
Betsy,
Excalibur.
Rachel, Kurt, Kitty. Get the gang back together, but they're all gay.
Make it the fact that Excalibur hasn't been announced. We're getting a new X-Force right after the last X-Force ended.
And we haven't gotten Excalibur since, I want to say, 2021.
Yeah, since the Krakoan one ended.
Speaking of book we haven't gotten since the Krakoan one ended, New Mutants.
That'd be fun. I don't know what cast. Predicting it right now.
Okay.
E-viewing New Mutants. Predicting it right now, and it's good. And
Are the Allies moving to that book?
sure, why not?
People have been complaining that Killstone's Uncanny is too much Allies, not enough X-Men.
Why not?
Move them to New Mutants.
Move
and
all
this
the
is
new
good.
characters into New Mutants. That's the whole point of New Mutants. That's the whole point of that title.
Now, I can't believe I'm saying this, but a non-X-Men title, bring back Avengers Academy.
Yeah, cancel it, especially because Marvel has not provided me with any sufficient reason to why it needed to be canceled.
Money.
But how much money were they losing printing something that
What do you
Isn't
mean? What do you mean
physical.
printing?
exactly?
They got their one. They got. Their
And how many
one-
subscriptions did they gain as that book got more popular?
I can think of at least a couple people I know who got Marvel
Mhm.
Unlimited just for Avengers Academy and are now
Mhm.
canceling it now that
Mhm.
now that the book's over.
And I know they said that something is going to happen and we're going to see these characters again, and I don't doubt that. I don't.
They also said that about Faint at the end of Dark X-Men.
Bingo.
Shout out to anyone here who knows Faint from Dark X-Men and from Children of the Atom.
Well, and I just I don't trust Marvel. Marvel
Yeah, you
claims
can end it there.
Yeah, I can't end it there. But like Marvel will be like, oh, we've seen the response and now we're gonna fix this. They never do that. Avengers Inc. Great example. How many people were outraged?
At least one in this
At
conversation.
least one in this conversation. You're almost there. You're not as high as
I'm
me.
disappointed, not outraged.
Yes. But how many people vocally were like, why is this book ending at 5? This book is clearly supposed to go on at minimum 12. Minimum. Like, if it was a 12-issue maxi, you wouldn't see me complaining as much as I do.
Yeah.
It should have been 12-issue maxi at minimum. And it wasn't. And then not... We could probably even find the date if we looked hard enough. I'm pretty sure 2 months after. They were like, we are not cutting off a
I
book.
feel like Avengers Inc. got canceled in November or December of 2023.
Uh-huh.
And then they made that announcement right before From the Ashes, which
Yes.
would have been in the spring 2024.
Okay, so it wasn't that close, but like still.
I think, I don't know, it was our sophomore year. It was basically either end of our winter break.
Yes.
Because I remember we were reading Avengers Inc. in my poorly lit room because my
Oh,
roommate wasn't
yeah.
there. Yeah. And then that's also where we read half of Fall of the House of X.
Oh, that was the time.
And this is a hot take. I like the ending of Krakoa, but if the writers got the time they were promised, it would have been leagues and leagues better.
It would have been more gay too.
Well, anything about Krakoa was gay.
Which one's more gay? Follow the House of X or Rise of the Powers of 10?
Rise of the Powers of 10.
Thank you.
And even just looking
Clear
at the
answer.
writers, it's Jerry Duggan and Kieran
I love
Gillen.
Uncle Jerry. He's not down with the fruit bunch. He's not down with the fruit basket.
Only
Not
one-
in like a homophobic way, just in like a.
Jerry Duggan wrote Dr. Stasis. Kieran Gillen wrote Mr. Sinister. I rest my case.
Period.
And with that, I think that's the end of our.
I think we
agenda.
should wrap it up there. We'd love to hear what you think about this.
We started this being like, yeah, let's yap for half an hour, and here we are at an hour and 10 minutes.
I feel like that's a solid time to cut it off.
Mhm. I don't think we're actually going to edit this at all,
No,
honestly.
let's just upload it.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear what you think. Let us know if we should keep doing this. Let us know if you want us to figure out how to get other people involved with it. I'm sure we can just record
A
Discord.
Discord call or something.
Yeah.
And if you want to be involved with it, hit us up. This is posted on our lead account. You have our DMs.
Feel free to DM us. And yeah, let us know.
This is Spoiler Alert and Cybershine signing off. Have a great day, everybody.